home sweet home.
Go ahead. You have kindling in there to start a fire?
Yeah. I'm Josh, and that's my dad. You want to say your name?
I'm Barry.
Nice. For the next 10 days, we're going to be hunting, fishing, and trapping. I understand trapping has kind of a negative light to certain people, so if that's not for you, I respect that. I hope to see you on the summer videos.
We're going to make gloves and a hat.
Yeah, I hope to make some items out of the fur. Yeah, that was a fun trip in, and we're exhausted, so we're going to get some food in us and sleep good.
Yep.
Alright, folks, you know what time it is. Beaver time. Alright, so I dug a big pit. I'm looking for air bubbles in the ice. That means the beavers are kind of swimming under it, and it's an active area, so drill a test hole. There's the bottom. That's not good. It's only like a foot deeper than the ice is thick. There's the bottom of the ice, and then there's the bottom. So that's not it. Alright, so that spot over there is no good because under the ice there was only like a foot of clearance for water, so that's definitely not where they're traveling. So we're digging a couple new spots. We're gonna try it out. Well, we've got definite air pockets right here.
This is the fourth hole we've dug. The first one had about a foot of space under it. The second one had about 6 inches. The third one literally didn't have anything. We dug right down into pretty much dirt. No water. I don't know what's going on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so this was our 6th hole. We finally found the run. This is a deep area here. Here's the set. Locked in at the corners.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Your Friday looks mostly cloudy. Chance of snow in the morning. Highs just above 0. Then Friday night, snow likely. Could be about an inch. Mostly cloudy. Lows 10 to 15 below. This month, iHeartRadio is celebrating the stars of the
15 below.
2026 Winter Games. Go count. All the information required for the message to be aired. There is a list of this information on our webpage. Don't have any trapline chatter messages this evening.
Ooh.
If you have an emergency message.
Morning. Today we're gonna go reset our old Martin sets, and then we're gonna set a couple new ones. And then I'm actually pretty excited, but this weekend we're supposed to be starting tonight, a huge snowstorm. They're calling for like a foot of snow. I've never been here during a big snowstorm, so that's gonna be pretty exciting. So we'll just batten down the hatches and prepare.
You're not going to mention the sled dog race?
Oh yeah, and then there's a sled dog race coming through, so we're gonna try and catch that. We'll check with the Starlink. You can track them, so we'll see where they're at, and we might go try and get on the trail and just see them, cheer them on.
What was that Seinfeld episode where they were handing out water? Kramer mistakenly
the
gave
boiling
hot coffee or something. Keep the snow on the log down below, and we'll tell if anything came up it. Oh. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Watch your fingers.
So our theory with these sets is they walk up this log here. This is called a pole set. They'll walk up. We put a stick here that they're going to step over and hopefully land on the trap because they're coming to investigate the bait up here, which we have covered so birds won't get at it. We have a CD hanging in the wind over there, and that's just like a visual attractant because they're curious. So
Supposedly Martin hunt by sight.
yeah.
So they're walking these trails, whatever, then they'll see that, and they're going to come over and investigate the CD, what's shiny, and then that's when they'll smell the scent that we put on. Then they'll come up here and hopefully play around the trap.
And that's how we get them. Maybe.
We haven't seen any fresh martins hunt, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen any. You know, for 3 miles, I haven't seen any, so. We did see a lynx track.
That'd be cool. Whole lot of rabbit tracks. Not a lot of martin tracks. Yeah, it smells
Stout. It's a good sign. Hurry up and reset them.
All right, so we just had lunch and we checked the Starlink for where those dog teams are, and they're not coming in until probably might take them another day or two. They're moving slower, so we're gonna cut a new trail in for sets for a trap line, because I think our theory is that we're running where we are now. We're running the trail too often, so might be scaring the marten away. So yeah, we're just gonna open up a new line. Okay, we made it to the T. This is the main trail. This is this trail that we're normally on, going this way. And then this is an old trail. And we're gonna try and just cut that way. Looks pretty thick.
Oh man, we're gonna make it like 50 feet and be like, that's it. Call it a day. There's one.
All right, trail's cut. Time to make him remember why we call you Sherman. Sherman. Ta-da! Nope, I'll be able to go. Set a trap. All that. One trap. Well, we'll get two on this section.
All that work in that one marten track up here either.
Yeah. All right, Dad. It's Friday. I've been hauling this around.
Oh! Spam Friday.
Okay. I couldn't keep a straight face. morning. It's snowing out pretty hard, so we're gonna take it easy and have some pancakes this morning. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, the raisins in there are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're gonna head out and check the beaver traps this morning. Ready?
Not gonna go check the new sets, right?
No.
Okay.
Good. I don't like this set.
It's not staying like it should. That's around the pole. It would have never caught anything anyway. This thing loosened up.
So here's our new set we came up with. We've got the hoops, instead of hanging down, they're starting at the bottom because they won't, the weight of it, I don't know if you can see that, won't trigger it. So the weight of this thing. Your beaver. Boom. And the reason I want to get a beaver so badly is because, well, one, they make probably the warmest glove, hat, whatever you could ever have. And then two, so there's a lodge here that was here when I first got here 3 years ago. And then there's a new one there, a new one there. And there's only, I see one little birch tree and then a couple twigs over there. So they're kind of starting to overrun this lake. And then the other side, they're also becoming a problem. And then to my neighbor over there, they're starting to chew on a lot of his lines and stuff and become a nuisance. So they are becoming a problem at this lake. New set. Oh yeah, that is good.
That's tasty.
Morning. Before we get going, we're gonna head down to the river today, collect some firewood and visit with the neighbors. But on my last video, someone asked about kind of what I keep for emergency gear on the sled. I've got snowshoes back here. They're tucked away, and then here is everything for getting unstuck. I got 100 feet of synthetic cable, ice screw, come along. You can always have an extra strap, and then kinetic rope. Also got this for hitting ice off of the sled if I get an overflow. And then on our big trips, we have a
Bumper jack.
A bumper jack, yeah. And that usually rides in here. And then what I keep on my body is a knife and my Garmin inReach and fire starting stuff in case I lose the sled in the river or something. I don't know. Always have to have enough stuff to survive on your body. Last but not least, this massive shovel that normally rides on the side here, but yeah, that thing is worth its weight in gold for sure. All right, now to the river.
Straight. Run over the photographers. That's the plan. Of course, that's good. Good luck. Stay safe.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See, it's like not
Yeah,
frozen.
look at that.
Jeez.
Come on, guys. You can be good luck, right?
So far, we're not.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But the first one I caught, he was all the way at the top before I realized.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, there's a fish?
he was just nothing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to attempt to make a shortbread style cookie in the cast iron. I'm going to do a half cup of sugar, this stick of butter, and a cup of flour. That's salt. Stays cursed. Yeah. Still got a good flavor.
Yeah.
But
If you like charred flavor.
I do have a kind of a baking secret for situations like this.
Thank you.
Yes. Shortbread cookie. So this was the top of this tree was dead. It was right next to the cabin, so we cut it, and we're gonna level this off for something in a little bit. But I'm gonna trim this down the center about a 1/2 inch in, and then the birch bark will peel off as it dries. And this stuff is just great fire starter. So. So we've now entered the Iron Age. We also brought up on this trip a lot of cool stuff made by Brandon from Voodoo Forge, or Voodoo, Tennessee. He's a blacksmith, and he saw our videos, he loved what we're doing, and he wanted to make us a bunch of cool stuff. So I'll go inside and show you what he made. We got 2 sets of log dogs. These are really good for holding logs, so they don't roll on you while you're chopping on them. He made a trammel hook. This will be really nice to cook with the Dutch oven over like an open fire. You can raise and lower it depending on how much heat you want. Stump anvil. Put that in a stump and then you have a little anvil. 2 sets of marking knives. This is to make like really exact lines on wood. A left-handed hook knife. I have a right-handed one, but I'm a lefty, so thank you for that. A 1-inch auger bit. This will go into my hand auger. And then a froe for making shingles. So yeah, I'm excited to try these out this summer. And he also made videos of how he made all these things, and I'll link that down below. Thanks, Brandon. We're gonna head out to cut some more firewood from the trail. We're not running low, but it's something to do. No, you should hang out.
You told me to stop.
The sled. Yeah, all right. One.
What if you hit in the middle?
This too. Huh?
If you hit in the middle,
Ah, middle's overrated.
anybody can take a piece off.
You're supposed to do it. Alright, your turn. Nice. We're going hunting. We're gonna walk the trails, see if we can't see anything. You can imagine how hard it is to see a white rabbit in all this.
Nice.
Two-shot Josh does it again. Beautiful.
Tarmagain. With a P.
Tarmagain.
I saw one fly when you shot or right before you shot. Supposed to be able to hear them. I don't hear them.
What do they sound like?
When you hear it, you'll know. Okay.
Thank you, Tarmagain.
Thank you, Walmart.
That's pretty good.
There's no gaminess.
Yeah.
See how it got real crispy on one side?
Mm-hmm. That's where I messed up when I shot that grouse. I didn't thin strips. Didn't do thin strips.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't parboil it. Just didn't know. Yeah. That was a good day.
We got a foot of new snow over the weekend, and the kids have been having fun playing outside. I talked to Stark, and he caught over 200 marten, and I hope you catch that many. Stay safe, and we'll see you in a few weeks. If you have an emergency message that needs to be
200
aired,
marten?
KJNP will air that emergency message.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
We're off to check the traps. I'm feeling good. Hopefully there's something in them. I'd really like to get something. Nothing so far. Nothing. We were close on this one. You can see his tracks going all over it, just not up it. We caught something! Yes!
Man, the beaver are active in this hole. Golly.
Next time I'm bringing my wetsuit and I'm jumping down this hole and I'm just going to swim in there.
How about a conveyor trap next time?
Look at that thing.
Grab it. That's what they're saying you have to be careful about when you conibear through the ice.
Yeah, you catch that.
You catch that. Oh. Oh, wow.
I wonder if I hit that with my axe.
One twist too many. They're both still set.
Yep. Ah, dang.
Well.
I will be holding this hostage until they sacrifice one of their own. Then they will receive their mega log.
That's cool. That stuff does burn, doesn't it?
Southeast 5 to 10 miles an hour. 6 to 12 inches of snow today through Thursday night. And that's your weather on Chet FM. I'm meteorologist Eric Height.
Good morning. Got about eight inches of snow last night. And then there's about, we're calling for 3 to 4 more. Should make getting out of here pretty interesting. We've got 2 days left. We're redoing one of our sets with a actual birch pole. So this is the whole bait that they'll come for. We've tied wire around it in case they chew it. They won't chew through the pole. And then there's our 4 snares. Morning. Good afternoon, really. We just been reading all morning, relaxing, taking it easy before our big day tomorrow, getting out of here. Anyways, we're gonna go check the traps. We're gonna pull the beaver set as well, and then yeah, last chance for beaver. Could be a good thumbnail. Hello.
Good to dig out the front. Yeah.
That was a good trip. It's not over yet. We still have to get out of here, which with over 2 feet of snow and the wind today, which you saw, that trail's gonna be interesting. We didn't catch anything. I don't know. We're doing everything right, I think. There's just no marten in the area, maybe. There's another trapper that has a line kind of perpendicular to ours, and we haven't seen anything in his either. So we only have a small, maybe 3 mile trap line. Yeah, it's not big, but yeah, it's a numbers game, and yeah, it's fun to do though. It's fun to do. So yeah, see you tomorrow for this interesting ride out. This is gonna be a rough ride home. Probably one of the most interesting.
7 hours to get here, and it'll probably take at least that.
Peace.
With that wind, the drifts are 3 feet now. So.
Wish us luck. Our first stop was to pick up my neighbor Mary, who thankfully recorded a lot of footage from her machine, which is what you're seeing now. It's also never a good idea to ride alone out here, and this trip will prove just that. It's been 1 hour and we've gone 2.4 miles. We keep getting stuck. The tree sections are fun, but we can't see the trail in any of the open spots. Well, at least we're not cold. The trail we're on is about 60 miles long, or 96 kilometers, which is not that far for Alaska standards, but it's still more than a day's walk from any help. We made it another maybe 5 miles. And then old Sherman almost got stuck big time there. It's hard to see, you can see the trail. He's got these drifts in them that push you over. You kind of got to ride it like a boat. You got to cut into them or it'll tip you off. It's been 2 hours 40 minutes since we started. 9 miles ish, I think. So it's hard to tell with these GoPros, but the angle that we're riding is still pretty steep. And if you shift your weight wrong just for 1 second, your ski could tip off the edge of the trail, which we couldn't really see, and then in you go. So what you're seeing me do here is something we all did a lot of that day, which is pack down the snow in front of the machine, kick some onto the track, and then, depending on how stuck you are, unhook the trailer and drive out. The advantage that my super wide track has over the other two machines is that I was often able to get unstuck by myself, while they still had to be pulled out even after packing the snow. Sherman answers to absolutely no one. Okay, so Sherman does answer to 4-foot snow drifts. But that's what happens when you fall off the trail and try to throttle out of it. You can see how deep the snow is. I'm pretty much buried and the track was just spinning at that point. The wind had also formed a nice crust layer on top, which was very difficult to punch through, and it held all the super soft snow underneath, which gave very little traction. Can't get on the trail.
Yeah.
It's so deep.
It's ridiculous. Okay. I'm gonna...
You want to walk it?
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna walk it.
Yeah, walk it. I can get out of it. So walking the trail is, it's kind of a technique used by a lot of dog mushers as well. But you just walk forward and you feel the trail with your feet. I walked 6.3 miles that day. So you can imagine how much back and forth I'm walking the trail, and then how many times I'm walking back to either get Mary unstuck or my dad unstuck. So for a day that's meant to be just riding, we were doing a lot of walking.
Tightrope.
Huh?
Walking an invisible tightrope.
Yeah. Dad, you good? Okay. Did it give you any warning? Nope. We had started to have troubles with my dad's machine just randomly shutting off, but more on that later.
Did we put our layers back on? No. If I could get on the trail, I think I can make it to the corner.
Woohoo! Welcome.
Oh, man.
Yeah. After I got my dad freed, we were able to make it out onto a checkpoint we have called Lost and Found Lake. We call it that because we're normally going pretty fast across it and stuff tends to bounce out of your sled if you're not careful. I was able to see the trail for the most part, so we were able to make up some good time. This helped our spirits, and we were pretty thankful for the easier trail. It was still a bit tricky, but nothing like before where we were leapfrogging 50 feet at a time. At this point, though, we start reaching the other side of the lake where the wind must have blown a lot of the snow, so the snow depth increased. We get a little zigzaggy, and then once again, it's hard to find the trail.
I just tipped. I think I'm good.
Oh, okay.
If I can just get it. A little bit rolled. Whew. What were you yelling?
Stomp it out.
Trying. Oh, come on.
hill. I don't know if we're gonna get it. We're gonna have to lift it up.
For those wondering why we don't just break our own trail, well, in certain areas we did end up doing a lot of that, and that's what I'm doing here. But the riding is just so much easier when on the trail, it's really hard to let go of that. Which brings me to the only negative about the super wide tracks. They're very tippy. With more surface area under the snow, they're pushed around by bumps and valleys a lot more than a thinner track would be. The best way I can think to describe the feeling is sitting on a 95 horsepower yoga ball, picking your feet up, and trying to balance. Thus, to keep upward momentum, speed is your friend. But too much speed and things can start to get dangerous. In the back of my mind, I knew that this forest had burned a couple years ago, and there are a lot of stumps hidden under the snow. Let's see, 2 o'clock. Been going 5 hours. We've gone about 15 miles. We're about to enter some tree sections, which is nice, because you can see the trail. Then there's a big slough, and then hopefully more. I think there's more trees. So it's just all these open spots. We just keep falling off. Then we make our own trail, but we still end up getting stuck somehow. We've got these heavy loads. I just took some Motrin, having a leg cramp. We're at a snail's pace. We might have to camp tonight, I don't know. Almost 8 hours, we're just past halfway. Oh, but good news is we got word that a bunch of trail groomers are coming up from the start of the trail, so we're gonna meet them at some point. So look forward to that. We figured once we were past the halfway point, things would start to get easier. And for a little while they did, but it didn't take long to realize that this stretch of trail had far more open sections than we had remembered. When winter trails are made in Alaska, the goal is simple. Link together as many lakes, sloughs, and swamps as possible while cutting through as few trees as you can. And in the interior, heavy winds aren't common, so once a trail is set, it usually holds for the rest of the season. That's also why you don't see many trail markers. But this year has been different, and with the sun dropping fast, the scattered markers, and the faint bends and subtle grooves in the snow that told me I was still on track, were about to disappear into the dark. Give you an idea, my dad's machine weighs around 500 pounds, Mary's is about 600, and mine's pushing 700 without fuel. These are not light sleds. And every single one of us got stuck at least 15 times on this trip. And that's a conservative estimate. Honestly, it was probably more. I just tried not to dwell on them, get unstuck, and move on. And earlier, you saw all three of us get stuck within about 5 minutes of each other. So picture that happening over and over again, and that was pretty much our whole day. And then as the sun went down, we got more tired, and it only got worse.
Nope.
This is when we realized something wasn't right. We found that a big stick had jammed itself into the suspension arm on Mary's sled. It was forcing the right side to sit about 2 inches lower than the left. That explained a lot. She'd been fighting the steering all day, even when she was riding in my packed trail. We managed to yank the stick out, but at that point it was hard to know what kind of damage had already been done. Development. My dad's machine, it can't even go a mile without it like bogs down and then just shuts off. It's not given an overheating warning or nothing. It's just like it'll and then dies. We think it could be bad gas. I don't know. So that's fun. It's 7 o'clock, so 10 hours. At this point, me and Mary stopped filming. We kind of went into survival mode. I'm walking to my dad. He informs me that his leg, which had been kind of bugging him a little bit throughout this week, he can't walk. And this is what caused us to go to the hospital the following day. He got an ultrasound on his leg, and we were concerned for like compartment syndrome or like a blood clot or something, but he had a pretty good sized tear in his calf. So he's at home, he's fine, he's just resting up. He'll be back to normal in some time. So we get out onto this first lake, and Mary receives a message on her inReach saying that the crew that was grooming the trail turned around because it was too crazy. So that was super disheartening, although I was kind of expecting it because, I mean, if we're having this much trouble, they're having the same. So it's pitch black. I can't see where the trail goes on this lake. Normally in shorter sections, you can see there's like a gap in the trees that you kind of aim for, but not the case. The moon was offering no light. The stars were really pretty, which was nice, but I make the decision to go fully off the trail and just try and find the exit on our own, the exit to the lake. We're punching through deep, deep snow, probably the deepest snow out of the whole trip. I've got snow up to here in certain spots, and I remember pulling my leg out and trying to like punch through this crust and rolling over the snow and just trying to like get back to my machine at one point. The crust had also gotten a lot harder because the temperature dropped to -20. Anyways, we're riding these machines through. Sherman is just eating snow. Plowing through snow. The snow's up to like above the machine. I'm just rocking it. I'm pinning it fully, and I'm climbing up out of certain like holes in the snow. Oh my gosh, what a beast. Anyways, eventually I pop up onto the trail. You can like feel it. And I immediately hit the brake. I'm like, whoa. And I look to the right, there's the tree gap. So we hit the tree line and we go through onto the second lake. The second lake is just as bad, although at this point, my phone, which I'd been like turning it off and on to try and save battery, it's now at 10%. The cold is just killing our phones. Mary and my dad's phone had already died, so I'm the only one with the GPS track. And if we lose the GPS track now, we might randomly find the trail again, or we might not find it till the morning. I'm keeping the phone against my leg to try and keep it warm, but I mean, there's only so much you can do against that kind of temperature. But anyways, because of that, we decided to stay on the trail. This is where we end up doing a lot of walking, a lot of post-holing. I would go forward 100 feet, come back to the machine, turn on the headlights, creep slowly forward. Mary would go forward, come back. So we do that the whole way. There are sections where we could see divots in the snow, so you can kind of just follow it. But for the most part, we're walking. And then this is when talk of camping starts to circulate the group. We had that small green hot tent that I have that you've seen in the videos, and we had sleeping bags. So we would have survived. It just would not have been fun. I knew the temperature was going to drop down to -30 that night. And there's also no guarantee my dad's sled, which was giving us problems now, but it really gave us problems before when we tried to cold start it at that temperature. So no guarantee that would have started. We really didn't want to camp. But I think the consensus was if we get to the end of this lake and there's no trail, we'll camp.
We made it. It is almost 11 o'clock and we just made it to, well, we're still 8 miles away, but this is where the crew that came in with the groomer turned around because it was too crazy. Oh, we almost camped like 200 yards back, but we just kept pushing. What a feeling that is. We made it. All right, now hope we don't get stuck. Hi, dog. Hey.
Oh, how you guys doing?
It's midnight. Party's not over though. We gotta dig our way out. Now the question of will the truck start? It's been negative 25, or it is right now. Come on, baby. Oh! Oop. My phone's dead, but negative 20 is at the bottom. And this is well below that line. We got a hotel. We're not doing a 6-hour drive.
It's 1:30 a.m.
Good trip. One for the books.